Assalamualaikum everyone. I am Bajid Haider, ID number 231063710 In this Excel session, I will be discussing about the pivot table Excel file. So to solve this pivot table Excel file, first of all we have to select all the full table. To select the full data set, simply Control Shift right arrow down arrow. Then to make a table of this data, simply type Control T, then press on OK, then insert, then pivot table, then OK, then our pivot table is created. So to find the sum of revenues, we will have to add revenues. Then here we will get the sum of revenues. For number format, here we will have already seen that it is written in for number format. Here simply right click, then select the number format. Then here we have to select number. Then here we have to decimal 0, and here will be negative numbers 1 2 3 4. Then it is in the normal format. This will make easier to read the number. For order to for order to highest for order to highest to lowest, we'll add a product. Then click on the right mouse. Then here we can see that sort. Then sort largest to smallest. To find the proportion, here we have to again click on the right mouse. Then show values as percentage of grand total. Then it will be shown as the proportion. Now we will find the average of the sale price. To find the average of the sale price, we have to ask cost per unit. Then where we have to cost per unit. Then here we also have to add revenues, which is already added. Then from the revenues, right click on mouse. Then summarize values by average. Then it will be shown as average. For product by sale date, add revenues and values, add revenues and values, and date on filter. Then date on filter. For ideal system, here we have to go to the analyze, then insert timeline, then date, then OK. Then a insert timeline is a pair which will help us to find the sale by ideal system. So now for insert a slicer, again we will go to the pivot table analyze, then insert slicer, then now we select the region. Now OK, then a insert slicer region will appear. If we select North America, then it will show us the cost per unit average of revenues of North America by the individual's product. If we select on South America, then it will show us average of revenues sum of cost per unit by individual products. So now visual for pivot table chart, we will go to the pivot table analyze again. Then we will go to the pivot table and then we will have to discuss recommended pivot chart. Where is recommended pivot chart? Here, recommended pivot chart. Then here we will press OK. Then a recommended pivot chart will be appear to us. If we want to see the profit, go to the pivot table analyze. So to refresh the pivot table, oh, where we find a pivot table analyze. So to see the profit, go to the pivot table analyze, then select fields, items and set. So where is the field item set? Yeah, then select calculated field. Then here we have to select profit, revenues and expenses. So here name will be profit, then formula will be revenue minus expenses, revenue minus, oh sorry, here we have to select by the fields. Here we can see the revenues, insert field minus expenses. Where is expenses? This one. Then press press on OK. Then the incomplete formula. Oh sorry. Here we have to insert field OE revenues, insert field, then expenses, insert field, then click on OK. Then here we can see that here we will also get the profit by which we can identify how much does we get the profit and how to refresh. So we will go to the data, then here we have to select a cell, shift, then control V, then control D. Here if we written a data, then in the product here we can write as like BIN. Here we can select control everything like this. Then if we want to see the want to refresh the data, then we will go to the sheet and to see that the individual data. So to find this, here we have to do that by pivot table analyze, chart analyze, then pivot table analyze. Here we have to find what is pivot table analyze, the refresh, then refresh all. Then here we can see that the product BIN is appear. So it is all about the uh, pivot table Excel session. Thank you everyone. Assalamu alaikum.